Hello. It has been a minute since we've done one of these talks. You can kind of see it on my face a little bit. Been having a rough day, rough week. Um, I suffer from episodic depression, meaning I'm not usually depressed all the time, and I learned to cope with it. I've learned to lessen the extent of things, but there are still times where I have depressive episodes, and they hijack my life. Uh, I've been slipping into it over the last week, and I could kind of feel it. And it's not like a soul crushing, like a long nap type of vibe. It's not. It's like everything sucks just a little bit more as time goes on, and it kind of sucks, and it keeps sucking, and it keeps sucking, and it keeps sucking. And one of the main things that I've noticed is with my episodic depression, um, I can't anything that's good that happens, I can't appreciate, but everything that's bad that happens, I have to hold on to, and I can't process it. I can't let it go. And so it's all of these little negatives that happen throughout the day or the week or whatever, especially big ones. Um, they all have an accumulative kind of stacking effect that it's like a very wet blanket kind of feeling. Just very heavy on you, but also like a very dull sense. Everything is not exciting. You can break out of it if something distracts you or catches your attention. But I find myself trying to do a lot of escapism stuff. I daydream a lot. I mean, that's what I did basically all day today. I'm sleeping a lot and I'm just trying to escape out of it because for whatever reason, I'm having a hard time processing anything negative that's happened. And I've had a lot of negative stuff happen this week. Um, a lot of negative stuff, being out of work for so long and then I finally got the job. I'm like, I should be pumped right now because I finally got a job and I need it so bad. But I'm having a hard time celebrating it. I'm constantly focused on the negative. Um, and it's hard to look. I find that when I'm looking towards the future, that is when I'm at my lowest. Um, it's very difficult to look at things in a way that would normally be okay for me. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times what I would say is start small, right? Start with things that you can manage, and then work to bigger things, bigger picture. Start with today, and then you can worry about tomorrow, and then you can worry about next week, and then and that usually works, especially with like depressive episodes and things like that, because they're temporary and they don't last. And smaller projects are just easier to understand and analyze. But I think that because it's been so long since I had a true depressive spell, I forgot the scale of things. I'm trying to use normal scale. Like today, my I was like, all right, today what I'm gonna do, I've got some paperwork I need to do for the job. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a third of that paperwork, I'm gonna fill it out. That was supposed to happen this morning. Didn't happen. I said, okay, don't beat yourself up. It's not gonna do anything. Well, let's move on to the next thing. I said I wanted to stream for 3 hours today. I didn't do that. Fuck. Okay, well that should be streaming for 3 hours is like my normal. Like that's my comfort zone is about the 3 hour mark, and then I want to take a break, get up, move around, stuff like that. And then I'm like, okay, well, I really want to start focusing on the YouTube stuff, getting the YouTube side of things going, start posting a couple videos a day. Uh, Not that I have to, but that's what I want to do, right? That would make me feel good. I was like, I'm gonna post 5 videos today. It is 7 o'clock in the afternoon. I have not done shit. I've not done any of it. That is a reasonable workload level of accomplishment that I can try and chase on a daily basis and do fine. Do totally fine. I can do that. But I think when you're depressed, I think that it needs to be even smaller. I think that the scale needs to be adjusted to your current mindset. I think that looking back, I think 30 minutes streaming and one YouTube video, and even looking open the application and just looking at seeing how much paperwork I have to do, I think that would have been a much better goal, and it would have had a better result. Because remember, I'm having a hard time looking at positive. I'm having a hard time uh looking at the positive side of things. Um, and it's kind of like that friend that's always depressed and always downtrodden, has a bad attitude. And he's just not a whole lot of fun to be around because every interaction is that type of thing. That's the only type of way that you know how to associate with them. And that's just learning, right? That's just how your brain takes information, says, okay, this amount of experiences leads to this, and so this is how we're going to view this problem. I think that depression works the same way, and or maybe not even depression. I think your brain just works that way, right? Sorry. And with being in a depressive episode, I think that, and I haven't been able to test it fully because I haven't been able to do it consistently enough to do it. But in the past, when I have got these really simple, super easy goals, I start with something really simple, doesn't take much effort, and then I give myself another one. I give myself another one. I give myself another one. I give myself another one, and I force myself to sit there and reflect on what I've done. And usually it goes something along the lines of, "Well, that was super simple. It doesn't mean anything." The problem is that it does, because if I am able to look back on a day, and even though none of the accomplishments mean anything to me, um, I look back at my day, and instead of saying I've been depressed all day, I sat in bed and did nothing, which is what I've done today. I can look back and say I did 20 things that weren't that important, but they were all good things. Because when you flood yourself, when it's all good, even if it doesn't matter, it's still all good. You know what I mean? There's no funny magic your brain can do to deny it other than to water down its validity to you. And I think in my opinion, that is what has worked the best to pull me out of these kind of depressive episodes. And I know what's going on. I have a very important meeting tomorrow that you know um, could cause some financial strain on me, even more so than I already am, or it could alleviate some. I don't really know, but it's a big deal. It's going to be very stressful for me. It's not going to be something fun. It's not something I'm going to want to discuss or talk about, but it's it's going to happen. And unfortunately, the last couple days I've just been super dreading it, and I haven't been able to move on or distract myself or process it or deal with it, in my normal ways of being able to deal with anything else. Um, there have been a few times in my life that something like this has happened. The anticipation is always worse than the event. And I think after the event, I'll be able to just deal with the consequences, whether they're good or bad, and move on. But for right now, I'm stuck in the cycle. So I think I'm gonna probably open up that email, just look at it. I'm gonna do one react to probably a music video because they're easy, quick, and I like hearing the sound of my own voice talk about shit that I have no idea no business talking about. Uh, and then maybe I'll stream for 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna stream a new game, and it's gonna be a new experience. And then I'll have done something. Maybe it won't have mattered. Probably just won't affect the channel or anything, but I'll have done something. That's my advice to anybody who has depressive episodes. They're very different than normal depression, but it doesn't mean that we can't do something about them. So stay healthy, y'all. I'm okay. It's part of me. So I'll see you soon.